powerful they are. If Nigeria was to be a country, they will be able to go and register normally. They will be able to choose those who believed in Biafra, those who actually believe in Biafra. They will elect them as senators, as reps. They don't need to join PDP. They don't need to join APC. They don't need to join ABGA. They don't need to join any goddamn of those crooked Liejiriya political parties. If Nigeria was a country, right, genuinely what Nigeria signed up for, what people signed up for in 1960, today, that means they will be controlling because they can do it. If indeed vote count, if the IPOB says they are coming to vote. But you know, Nigeria is a rigged system. If they try that, they are going to register them as part of the validators. Then they will unleash their Nigeria soldiers, Nigeria police, Nigeria INEC, Nigeria judiciary, Nigeria Supreme Court, to ensure that no single person who is a Biafran supporter control any part of the eastern Nigeria. They will rig them out. If they should go out and protest, they will send their soldiers. Amazi said, you will be so foolish to participate in this arranged Nigeria. Politically, you will be so foolish. You will regret it. Because whatever you do, you are validating the fraud. And once you validate it, you can no longer claim, no, we don't agree again. We don't agree again. You will justify them killing you. That was when I get to know that, oh boy, that makes sense. So, if to say not just me, if I get, you see, if I have the kind of influence, I don't even need that kind of influence of Nnamdi Kanu. If I just have the influence, just let's say 50% of that influence, because it has to be that big, of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I will probably be like, yeah, let's just go and dethrone them in the Southwest and all of that. But until I heard him that if you do that, you will think you have a chance. You don't have a chance. The current structure must fall. It must be collapsed. A new one agreed by the people that allow us that if we choose to go, it will not be a national crime where those scroungers, the scavengers, the pickpockets, the opportunists, the freeloaders insist that Nigeria unity is non-negotiable. You know, because that's the arrangement. They put it together until we collapse it. So we learn every day. That's when I now know that it is indeed a waste of time to ask the IPOB members to go and register. When Mahmoud, what is that guy name in INEC, is the one who will tell you if you are going to see your voter's card. Even if you collect voter's card, he is the one who is going to decide if you are going to see your name on the voters register. If they see your name on voters register, they are the one who will decide if the fingerprint machine, biometric machine will capture your finger, and all of this to disqualify many of you. And they know how to do it very well. It's a game of number. Why they are doing that to all of you in the South, they are allowing the underage children, you know, and many of them to continue to pile up and send you the 3 Kardashian votes, KKK votes, Kano, Kaduna, Katsina, Abi? And last, one Mumadu will be declared winner. They will say, wait for another 4 years. That was what they said. Don't participate. Don't. Every time you do participate, you are validating it. Whether you participate, whether you don't participate, you and I know it. They have what they are going to do. They just want you to think you have a chance when you don't. So instead of asking for 2023, instead of asking people not to vote for Tifnumbu, not to vote for this or vote for that, why can't these owners of Nigeria agree to share the estate and let go? They've collected all their rents, all their due. Many of them all settled to their grave. Even just 2 days ago, they said the military declared Abacha. So Abacha will now collect pension from his grave. Because Abacha people are in government. What do you expect? You know, murderers are going to be rewarded anyway, and you are going to pay for it. As more and more of Nigeria is destroyed, you have to pay for it. And it's never going to be in any way, changed. we say, why not just ask for everyone to come together and decide how we are going to go our different ways? I mean, the same people who want to come together to talk about 2023, why can't they just come together and talk about how can we all share this estate? All of you will come from Yoruba land, stay in your Yoruba land. All of you will come from Biafra land, stay in your Biafra land. Coastal Biafrans, oh yeah, join them. All of you from the Middle Belt, what you want to call yourself, have your own place. The ones, oh yeah, get your own place. And the rest, somebody said, I actually got your message if you are still watching. Somebody said I should no longer, I should please stop using Fulani jihadist apologist. Because if we see the emir of, this emir in Kaduna, I believe, I'm sorry, in Taraba rather, emir of Muri, who told the Fulani armed terrorists to vacate his land and the rest of that. I understand how that feels. And that is why I am very much always very clear that the Fulani terrorists and the Fulani terrorist apologists, we know them. The Fulani armed terrorists, you know them as well. So you are not armed, you are not a terrorist. And if you join me to call them out, right? Because as we speak, if I see any Yoruba terrorist who is kidnapping school children, bombing schools, right? And they're shooting down shooting down fighter jets. If I see any Biafran who is kidnapping any IPOB or a Biafran group that kidnaps school children, collecting ransom, I won't call them what do you call it, IPOB this. I would say, I wouldn't say just, I would say the IPOB, what do you call it, terrorist or terrorist apologist. But we don't have them in the South. Okay, and we should be always very clear. Those of us who are Fulanis, I have friends who are Fulanis. Yeah, they watch me all the time. I believe that many of you have developed the thick skin to take most of my messages without taking it personal. Okay, we know that there are those who have speak out now to vent out their own displeasure, even though they are also Fulanis, to say enough. We know that. Okay, but we are also not going to change the fact that these Fulani terrorists that have been proven to be Fulani, they call them Fulani artsmen, right? But you and I know that the Fulani, the jihadist apologists and the Fulani terrorists carrying AK-47, they shouldn't be called any other name. And I'm so sorry that we have to attach Fulani to it, okay? It is what it is. And again, I didn't mean to make you feel that uncomfortable, especially if you feel like you have been the butt of all criticism whenever you read the news about the Fulani this, Fulani that. Bokwari is not helping. And I can tell you this, even though we all know, many of us know, that those Fulani criminals in government, led by Bokwari himself and other jihadist apologists who are also, championing this campaign of terror, campaign of horror, the murderous campaign that sees even Fulani, Hausa, and every one of them in northern Nigeria become victims. The elite who have that chance of stopping it, they chose not to. Rather, they have turned it into northern Nigeria versus southern Nigeria. Whenever the South are saying we don't want a Fulani herdsmen, killer herdsmen in our land, they turned it into an attack on you as a Fulani person. I believe that you can't be my friend. You can't be following Maiyegun's diary, Politico, and still think Maiyegun can be, Maiyegun is a bigot because he said what he said. You should know that. And mind you, except if you are one of the apologists, if you are one of those who feel like we are overreacting, that our farms are being destroyed, our people are being killed, our people have been displaced, that they have become refugees in another country, and they all told us who attacked them. On record, we have suffered a lot as well, even though we never stop talking about what you are suffering every now and then, even though as well that we don't get all the necessary support in amplifying this or escalating this voice enough to make it bold enough to shout on the Fulani terrorists who took over power in Liejiriya, terrorizing all of us, including some of you. Now, they have not done well. What they have done is that it will become so difficult, if not impossible, for us to go back to where we were before Bokwari came to presidency. They have destroyed a lot. But yes, I still believe that many of us who have our sanity intact, many of us who understand that the state we are today, if we stop talking, if we begin to be politically correct about it, trust me, we will have nobody to speak for us because many of us will be dead. So don't take it too personal. And my friends, don't think spending time to explain that to my friends. I don't know how many they are, but you would be so wrong to think that the only people who watches Maiyegun's Diary Politico are the Yorubas and the Biafrans. You would be so wrong. I remember Aisha, if I can remember her name very well, from Dublin. She once called on this program. She's a Fulani who is married to an Igbo man. And then, she told us she's pretty much like from everywhere. But she supports a conversation for a peaceful dissolution of Nigeria if this is not going to work again. So I have friends who are actually Fulanese as well. And I know, I do tell them, whatever I say on this platform, I am very specific of those who I'm talking about, right? I don't generalize and don't take it personal, except if you are very much comfortable with the killings and you want us to also join them to call it the North versus South. No, it is not. It is the Fulani terrorists who took over government in Nigeria who are now protecting terrorists and hiding them, arming them and also giving them what they call the amnesty, rehabilitating them with your money. Why the victims of this terrorism continue to languish in different captivities all over the North? Now, that is not in your interest. And if you mention them, do not take it personal because we call it Fulani this, Fulani that, right? Because we know those who we're talking about. Just for the mention, I picked something up. This is something I don't really want to see happen in any part of Liejiriya or any part of Yoruba land or any part of Biafra land. We are under siege. And you will be so wrong to think people are just overreacting. People are not just overreacting. In fact, people are being suppressed from reacting. But you see, it is wars in Ambazonia, in Cameroon. I caught this, where the military in Cameroon, they have been massacring people in the Ambazonia, which is the southern Cameroon. Just like we are struggling with in Nigeria, in southern Cameroon, they are going after those who said enough of Paul Biya's suppression, oppression, and the killings. It has gotten to a state of war. It's just that we seems not to have been reporting that as much as we should because they are just our next door neighbor. No joke. This happened somewhere in Ambazonia, and what you're going to watch now is a clip of the Cameroonian army driving and moving with the armor tank into the Ambazonia region, where they have been committing different crimes, rape, kidnapping, extrajudicial killing, burning and arson, and the burning of property, which is arson, and the rest of that. No joke, but this happened.
Mumbuye mali jumala go shebu. Elo agabe. Mumbuye mali go go batu. Half. Mbonde me jwa joji.
Chaduna. Deux.
De Chris.
Deux.
Okay, Bobby.
Deux.
Yam.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah. Today, the 1st August 2021, the Red Dragon Mobile will have there with the
Republic government. Idiot.
Nonsense.
Rubbish.
Nonsense.
People are crazy.
That is the deep.
Rubbish.
We have done it. They were
Everybody's correct.
They left and came down this morning.
Nonsense.
We never touched them.
Don't
but
do
the left
rubbish.
were going up.
Nonsense.
The Red Dragon Mobile win.
Rubbish. Everything has changed there.
Everything
scattered. Rubbish. Nothing changed.
I
said
it my boss said I should never mention it.
Idiot. Don't be stupid.
Well,
can you people move?
The war just started.
Can you people move?
President and the replay.
Rubbish.
Nonsense.
Can you people move?
You are mad.
Nonsense. Republic.
a state of war in Cameroon, southern Cameroon. I don't wish that to happen in any part of Yoruba land or anything. I don't want us to get to that state. And that's why I'm so happy with the effort of all those who are on ground, doing all they can to keep the flock together while these criminals are hunting down our own arrowhead. Those who have the flair, who have the confidence, who have the courage to stand up against these criminals who have brought this bondage called Bukwari on the rest of us. We should continue to protect them, and I'm talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We should continue to speak out for them. I'm talking about Oloye Sunday Igboho, and I have been told that there are some platforms who are currently trying to raise money for the bail bond of our brothers and sister, Lady K, who actually need their medical care, medical attention as urgent as possible after seeing her limping on one of her foot. You know what I mean? So, but I've been that they are raising money. But again, I don't want to venture into that yet. But from what I've been told, the Ilana Omo Odua, led by Professor Banji Akintoye, they are already in conversation with all the legal team, representing everyone that is currently being persecuted by Boko Haram's murderous government in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. So what they have done is that they are going to give us a sort of a central donation, donation link or account. I am looking forward to seeing that. The moment I lay my hands on that, I will share that with you. What they need is beyond just the issue of bond. There's so many legal battles that they are going to fight locally and internationally to keep the fight of the Yoruba nation going, unshaken, undistracted. And you and I, once we can be there physically, we have a role to play, from abroad, as we have always been doing. Okay. Once we have a chance on that, once I lay my hands on that information, I will share them with everyone, and we'll all send our own support from everywhere. It's so important. Like I did say, the last time I brought Professor Banji Akintoye, the Asiwaju of Yoruba land worldwide, the Asiwaju of Yoruba nation worldwide. Professor Banji Akintoye, the last time I brought, I said, we would love to see an harmonized, united, centralized organization or structural arrangement of Ilana Omo Odua. So it will be easier for so many groups who actually want a centralized organization to be able to reach out, not just to support them financially, including sending in ideas, memos, memorandum of understanding, and so many things that can help them build a virile and a productive, in fact, a successful campaign, Yoruba Nation campaign. More people are going to join. And indeed, when I told him that, they said they were going to get back to us, and it's been a while. Now this happened. We are facing legal battle here and there. And again, we would need all of us to come together and do what we do best, support one another, lift one another, and ensure that the Yorubas in us, the Oduduwa in us, will never betray one another. I mean the real one. I'm not talking about the Lagos Abobakusa and the rest. I'm going to watch them analyze Babangida's interview in the coming days and possibly in the coming weeks, as Tifnumbu that they're talking about is recovering in London. Bokwari, is currently under the battery, where they are trying to change all the chemical, the blood, the bone, and everything they can change just to manage and renew him for another 3 months, another 6 months, and on like that, right? While they are busy there, whatever they feel about 2023, we'll wait for them to respond. Solo honors, and to every one of you who has actually reached out with your super chat, your super sticker, and including everyone trying to phone in. I'm not going to take call tonight. Again, tomorrow is another day. So it's another day, and I want you to know that, I will be back when that time comes, okay? Thank you so much for spending your time with me tonight. If you are just joining, don't worry. Take your time, check your screen, and you, if especially on YouTube, you can just move the video back and watch it again. Okay, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer told us today that we should ignore any fake news that we read out there that is not from the source, those who actually heard from him and listened to him, especially the news that British government has collaborated with those who kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which was making a wave and was viral on social media, that this was said by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No, he didn't say that. He did not send any message that has to do with anyone or accusing anybody. From what his lawyer said, there are many things he's told them that they can't make public. But the ones that is meant for the public use is to tell you that as long as you remain united, you know, together, and continue to be, to be courageous enough and push on the message, push on the cause, push on the campaign, stay with one another, do not betray yourself, do not cut rank, and the rest of that, the victory is near. That's his message. Everything else you are reading out there, that is not from Barrister Ejiofor, that's not from Barrister Aloy Ejimako. These two sources are those who have the chance of seeing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you read any other John Dice make-up imagination of some of our brothers who are really working themselves out in a way, fake news won't help us. We need to give our people the real news. This is not a time to raise the apprehension of the people, make up stories, just because you want to possibly, engage people. At the end of the day, you are hurting them. Our advice, let's stick to that. Don't make things up. What he said is that remain united, remain peaceful, prayerful. Victory is certain. And for the legal team that will defend him, they are building that. The only people afraid to take them on is the same Liejiriya that kidnapped him. So they are the people who are afraid of going to court. If they have the chance, they should open the court tomorrow. And then they will see that he has the legal team, both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, in so many other countries, by the way, that many of you are still going to come up. It's still going to come by in the coming days and months ahead. So he's not afraid. He's not. And therefore, there's no point in making up a fake news. You know, some of these imaginary news. I've read a lot of them on Twitter. I read a lot of them on Facebook. And I see people there engaging, riling them up. You are doing more damages when you do that. Keep to the real news. Keep people hopeful. Give them the fact that we indeed make them more really hopeful. I hope that helps. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. To our Oloye Sunday Igboho, for now, there is no updates from the court, from his lawyer, the only source that I prefer to listen to. Even though if I feel like I want to imagine things, I want to presume things, I would rather presume things when I have an update that we can actually all together assume things, even though, yeah. So for now, we haven't received any. Today is Friday, which means we'll still have to wait till Monday again. Monday is another day. The lawyer told us this week they are expecting a date from the court. It seems they never got the date to appear and, push for Oloye Sunday Igboho's asylum and his release. And then now that Nigeria court said nobody should declare him wanted, he is not wanted and nobody should arrest him. It simply means when his lawyers, when they manage to get a date for his appearance, therefore, then they can push for his release and he can continue his journey. Nigeria no longer have the power, legal power to arrest him anymore. Then there's no point in him staying in Benin Republic. Now, all of this can be what we should look up to or look forward to from next week. For now, right? Let us stay together. Preach the message. Tell everyone why we all need to demand for the breakup of Nigeria peacefully, and everybody can manage their own affair independently. If we fail, we will continue to try. It is better to do it there than for you to continue to try the mistake of 60 years. Come on, man. Even if person won't run mad, if you take 60 years to prepare for madness, how many years is left for you now to practice the madness? I will say that. I will say this, and I will draw the curtain. Thank you so much to every one of you, and you should have a good evening.